But how's everyone doing? Great, I hope. I hope everyone had a great St. Patrick's Day and everyone's doing well. I'm doing fantastic, you know. I was just using my Atari 2600 just to see if it still works, and it does, like, you know. Over 40 years and it's still working, you know. Fucking ass. I was playing Centipede, you know, and, you know, it's fucking awesome. It just is, you know. Uh, I had to use my old school television downstairs, but if it works, it still works. Over 40 years and it's still working. This is my kind of console, you know. This is the console that started the whole home video game console uh, thing. We just did, you know. So yeah, if if it wasn't for this system, I wouldn't be a gamer, and you know, like video games wouldn't be what they are. It's just as simple as that. And it looks awesome with the wood grain and the ridges, and any way you look at it, it's just a cool looking system. It looks fucking awesome, you know. And it still works. Over 40 years and it's still working. Awesome. With the RF cable, you know. Over here in Ireland we use RF, you know. So, you know, it takes about 5-10 minutes to tune in and then I'm ready to play, like, you know. A Centipede is just one of them games that I never get bored with, you know. It's just awesome. You know, a Centipede is an example of a tie at their best, in my opinion, you know. You just move and shoot stuff, you know, it's awesome, you know. The Centipede is awesome, you know. I love this game. This is one of the main reasons why I wanted to get it to my 600, you know. You know, Centipede. You know, there's a multiple artwork types. Just a red one like this, and there's a silver one, you know. I have that as well, you know, somewhere in the gaff. But the silver one looks like that, except it has Centipede going across and it has the artwork there. We prefer the silver artwork. I think it looks better, but it still looks awesome, you know. Yeah, so Centipede, awesome game. So yeah, I remember I went into Virgin Megastore in town to buy this 40 years ago. I was 3 years old and I got it with Centipede. Now I didn't get it with this version of Centipede. I got it with the with the silver label Centipede. We actually got this version what in 1988. You know, because I wanted to get it. You know, simple as that. You know. Yeah. So the version I got was a silver label with Centipede going across, like, you know. Yep. And the thing that was great about the Atari 2600 was instant load times. You don't have to wait for ages for the game to load. And like that was one advantages that the 2600 had over the ZX Spectrum or the Commodore 64. That you don't have to wait all day to play the games. You can just play them, you know, which is awesome. Whereas the ZX Spectrum and Commodore 64 you use cassette tapes and it take 10-20 minutes just to play the game, you know. But the drawback, I guess, that the graphics and stuff in Atari games are very basic. It's just squares and circles. But for me, it gets the job done. The games are fucking fun, like, you know, in my opinion. Whereas games in the ZX Spectrum and the Commodore 64 have better graphics and animations. The characters actually look like characters, humans look like human beings. It's not just squares and circles. But a lot of them games on the ZX Spectrum and the Commodore 64 are very hard to play because you have to use a keyboard. That's just me personally, you know. I mean, I just prefer the joystick, you know, and the entire joystick is perfect for me, you know. One button, basic, simple. Whereas the Commodore 64 joystick is a lot bigger, you know. It has a big ball at the top, red ball. It has two red buttons, so it's the Commodore 64 joystick is really designed for someone with big hands, like, you know, with like a small hand. So the Atari joystick works perfect for me. Like, I just love this joystick. We can use this for hours on end, and I don't get cramps in my hand or anything like that. So awesome stuff, like, you know. You know, these are all my opinions. If people want to disagree, go ahead. If people think that the 2600 is a big lump of shit, fair enough. You're entitled to that opinion. You know, some people would prefer the Commodore 64 over the Atari 2600. And I say fair play. I like the Commodore 64 as well, and the ZX Spectrum. But I just prefer the Atari 2600. The games that has everything, you know. Looks fucking awesome. And when the new Atari VCS comes out in July 2019, well, I can't wait to get it. It'll look just like this, except it won't have a cartridge slot. It'd be a streaming PC, basically. That's what it's going to be with a Linux operating system. And it's going to have the Atari vault built in, so fucking awesome. And it comes with a joystick like this, except it's a more modern version. Has LED lights around the stick there, and it looks awesome. I can't wait to get and start enjoying it, you know. So yep, really fucking excited about that. But the 2600 here, 40 years and still working, you know. Now I look after my stuff, so I don't knock it around or move it around that much. I'll keep it in one place as much as possible. So that's a tip for most people out there. Don't move your console around. Just keep it in one position. Use it in the same thing all the time. Don't unplug it or plug it back in or move it around because you damage it, like, you know. So that's one of the reasons why it lasted so long. Like, I've had this in a box for around 10 years. I'm not messing. I've only taken it out now just to see if it still works, and it does. I'm amazed, but like, I wasn't surprised because when I put it in the box 10 years ago, it was working. I didn't move it around or banging off walls or anything like that. So I'm just very careful with my stuff, like, you know. And yeah, that's my stuff. Yeah, so this is a whole bunch of other games that I've been playing, and these are my personal favourites, but I have a shit ton more, you know. Like Space Invaders, Missile Command, Asteroids, you know. You know, I haven't played these particular games in a while, like, you know. So I just dug them out as well and started playing them. This is Battlezone. It's an awesome tank game, and it's awesome. It's very advanced for the Atari 2600, you know. Because you get the feeling that you're in a three-dimensional environment, blowing up tanks and airplanes and stuff, and it's awesome. And it's awesome. It just is Battlezone. Would highly recommend people playing this game. You know, it's awesome. Play it on your smartphone or tablet or whatever. You know, get it and play it. You know. Battlezone was in the arcades as well, along with Centipede, but I never got a chance to actually play Battlezone in the arcades. I just missed out, unfortunately. But I have played the arcade version on my smartphone, and it's fucking awesome. It's like vector graphics. All the tanks are vector graphics, but on the 2600 version, it's all coloured in. Like, all the vectors are coloured in, so the tanks and everything else look more solid, if you know what I'm saying to you. So I think the 2600 version actually looks better than the arcade version, because all the vectors are coloured in, if you know what I mean, like, you know. So, fucking awesome game, 10 out of 10. Atari at their best, you know. And I just prefer the silver label here with the picture in the front. That's just me personally, you know. So, awesome. Now, here's another game, Wizard of War. If you like Pac-Man and if you like shooting things, this is an awesome game. You're going around the mouse shooting these goat-like things, and it's awesome, in my opinion. This is made by CBS Electronics, so this is a very hard and rare game to get, but would highly recommend it. You know, it's awesome. If you like Pac-Man style games, you know, but this, you go around shooting these goat-like yokes, you know. So yeah, Wizard of War is an awesome game. and like a CBS had their own style of cartridges, as you can see. So awesome stuff. I've only got a few more minutes left, so I'll just make this snappy. Phoenix, which is an awesome game, I would highly recommend it. Dodgem is one of the launch titles, I believe, for the Atari 2600, because there's no artwork. That's how you could tell it's an early launch game. There's no artwork, just text and stuff. But Dodgem, it's like Pac-Man, except you're in a car getting the dots, and you got to avoid the other car, avoid crashing and stuff. That's awesome. So yeah, so other games like Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. Would recommend playing that. Miss Pac-Man is an awesome game. Would recommend it. Defender, which is an awesome game. Would recommend it. And Skydiver. I know it's hard to see, but yeah. So yeah, I just want to make a quick video about that. After 40 years, it's still working on it. I still love my Atari 2600. I can't wait until the new Atari VCS comes out. It's not a matter of if, it's when. That's the thing. Yeah, it will happen, fellas, in my opinion. The Atari VCS. I hope it's a success like the original here. So yeah, I just want to make a quick video about that. So thanks again for everybody, and have a great day and take care.